How did you get so good at Valorant? Bro, I feel like that's all I did for years. Like literally, I feel like all I did was okay, well, actually, realistically, I got good at Valorant because every time I died, I thought, what could I do better? How do I replay off what just happened? Is it my fault? Was it out of my control? I try not to make the same mistake twice. I'm like checking the same corner if I ever died to a lurker. I also played it a lot. I went through a moment like when I was Diamond where I did do a lot of aim training, and I do think that helped. But then I stopped aim training. Another thing is like I just loved the game, so I would oftentimes think about the game when I was not even playing it. And I think that helps. Like, you know, they talk about this with like basketball players, what they imagine doing free throws or whatever. I swear to God, it's the same thing with Valorant. I would do that Valorant. John and I would just like brainstorm Valorant together. Like we would watch each other's clutches or be in the same games with each other, right? So I would know the clutch that he's referring to or the my clutch that I'm playing, and we would just like sandbox that. We would be like, okay, well, instead of flashing here and smoking that, I actually think you smoke hookah so that the person like in there, whatever, like we would just talk about it. So I think the thing is I just loved the game and I loved getting better. I didn't care about my rank. I literally just like wanted the improvement and progression in my own sense. And so I was able to grind long hours because I didn't care. It was just about, am I improving at this small goal that I have for myself over time? And loved the game. I also just thought about it a lot. And yeah, I just also learned, I'm trying to think. Yeah, must be nice to having a boyfriend who play. Oh yeah. I think also being able to just chat with John about it so often where we both, it's like, it was just a perfect storm. You know, having a full team of friends is good comms. So that was something that I had to learn. So I learned in a 5-stack setting, and then when I went off and went on my like Immortal Plus grind, you can't do that, so you had to duo. And I will say, like, there was a learning curve where I had to be like, oh yeah, these people aren't calming. But then all it did was just teach me to constantly look at my mini map. I used to not look at my map that much, like Diamond below, and then Immortal Plus, I'm like, any moment I can, I'm looking at my mini map, because that was just the learning curve of solo queue. Where it's like, yeah, you don't have comms, but you just rely on your mini map as much as you can, because thankfully when your team sees something, you see it shows up, you know. Even when I played with 5-stacks, I still looked at my mini map. Yeah, like I just didn't have to. Of course, like now that I look at, or like now it's just a habit, but in the beginning I didn't. I was just like, I didn't need to really. But now when I do 5-stack, I still look, but I don't play anymore really.